It's time for our ChevyDriveChicago.com NFC North preview. Guys, listen, I'm born, raised. I've never left the city of Chicago. I'm obviously one of the biggest sports fans you'll ever meet. I thought it was one of the greatest sporting moments in the city's history. Biggest comeback in Bears playoff history, number one, at home, loudest Soldier Field crowd ever. It was one of those moments where we will look back and say, where were you when the Bears came back down 21-3 with 25 points in the fourth quarter?
I mean, it's one of those moments, as you mentioned, similar to 2016 with the Cubs. I remember being at Cam's in Champaign in a packed bar on a rainy night. I remember 2013 when the Hawks, they scored in 17 seconds to win the Stanley Cup. I remember where I was in that moment, too. One of those that you'll never forget. And I just think that speaks to the enormity of the Bears as a whole and what it does to the city, as we were talking about before. That's a lifelong memory for the players as well, that they're saying they're going to be talking about in 10 to 15 years when they're retired.
Listen, I'm not from here, obviously, but I love the city of Chicago. And it's during that game, my guy friends were texting me saying they were crying. I got coffee the next day, and this guy was telling me we were trying to process this win together. And he said, I cried last night. There were grown men in the city of Chicago crying. I mean, it meant that much. So,
But you were inside this studio.
With you. I felt a lot of emotions.
We were celebrating. I was jumping into one of my boss's arms. I was so ecstatic. I don't get carried away with that. That'll never happen again.
Well, it was because it was historic, and at the stadium it was electric, and I think across Chicago it was cathartic for Bears fans because not only was it the type of victory you want to celebrate because it was a comeback, it was the Packers, and it was a team that had owned you in every way for the previous 2 decades, and I think it also, Lou, it was one of those things where it had been 15 years between playoff victories. And when you go that long without experiencing something that special, it means something even more when it happens.
You know, I'm glad you brought up cathartic because as a Bears fan, I expected the worst there at the end. I expected Jaden Reed to come down with the ball or Christian Watson and for the night to be ruined, and it didn't happen. Don't miss a moment of Chicago sports. Hit subscribe and stay in the game. Highlights, analysis, and all the action from Fox 32 Sports.